I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
As you know, we've mentioned it on the podcast, I believe. We are selling our house.
Right. Yeah, I think it's come up, hasn't it?
It's come up. We're going to have a box under a bridge somewhere. So,
well, we all aspire to that these days.
Oh, we're all heading there. Don't you be under any illusion. But sadly, that means we have to put ourselves in the hands of some estate agents. Now, we've got them coming round this week. We've seen two. There's a third one coming tomorrow. And you inquired about the vehicles. This was something I was paying attention to anyway, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I've made sure and take note of the two that I know, and we'll find out the third tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I can throw some into the mix as well because we had dealings a few years back.
Yes, because you had a go at selling and then didn't in the end. But the
specimen that arrived.
Yeah,
honestly,
it can be bad. It can be bad.
I tell you what, I knew I'd made a mistake because I saw him. We'll get onto the vehicle, but I saw him get out of the vehicle, and then there was a swagger.
Oh, yeah.
I might have a little stray nugget in my pants swagger. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Sort of a shiny suit.
Of course.
A sculpted chin strap beard.
Oh, no.
And a tie knot that's so big it could probably be seen from space.
Yeah. Just pull it tight. Pull it tight.
Yeah. Oh, I remember saying to Kayla, going, no,
I'm not.
Me and him are not going to get on.
No, we are not going to be friends.
No. She's like, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I went, I guarantee he won't.
No.
And he wasn't.
No.
And she agreed. And she went, no, that is a petulant child.
Yeah. They so often are. Fortunately, the chap we had yesterday was an older gentleman.
Okay.
And he actually had the more interesting car of the two. The one today is a chap I've known for a few years. I've had dealings with him a few times over the years. He's always actually been quite good. His car was really very dull. I was quite disappointed. It was a Mercedes C220D.
Okay. What vintage are we talking?
It was what was it? It was a 70 plate.
Oh, okay. So really, I mean, scraping the barrel entry level on it, but I have a Mercedes.
Very much so. Small wheels, non-metallic paint. Black interior. It was base spec.
Well, I suppose it's better.
Now it may have been a pool car.
SUV.
True, not an SUV. It may have been a pool car. I have no way of knowing. It may not have been his car. It's a sort of pool car-y sort of vehicle. It's very much a fleet car.
If I was offering a fleet car, I would not go to the expense of buying a Mercedes.
No, it might have been his. Although he's got a young family. Expect maybe a state car. Well, you'd hope a state car. You'd probably expect SUV.
Yes.
But it was a saloon. But yeah, C220D. So, like you say, bottom of the range.
Yeah. Okay. Like you say, a bit dreary, but in the grand scheme of things, in the modern day, that could have been a lot worse.
That could have been a lot worse. There's nothing kind of objectionable there. It's just kind of a bit dull.
Yeah. You're not going to get excited, but you're not going to get cross.
No, indeed not. Now, the one yesterday, the older gentleman, this one was a little bit more fruity. This one was a BMW. Probably could have guessed that. It was a BMW M135i hatch, not the saloon.
Okay, that's That's a
Now,
bit different.
It's a bit different. What a current model. So the big ugly grille on the front.
Oh yeah, hideous. I mean, one
Yes.
thing that I have come across with a couple of people who've owned those. Did he at any point tell you about it?
No, didn't mention it at all.
Oh, that's interesting. I've always had that before.
We didn't touch on cars at all with him. I noticed it when we did the walk around outside because it was parked on the driveway. And obviously I clocked it. But no, he made no reference to it at all.
Interesting.
Now, of course, with M these days, it's not necessarily actually an M car because you can buy the M Sport Pack, which gives you the look, but not the power.
No, but crucially, it does make the ride that bit harder. Not only have we given you run flat tires,
their obsession with run flat tires.
But what we're going to do is we're going to just stiffen that suspension up just enough,
to make
just to ruin it on a day-to-day basis for you.
Yes, but we're not going to give you any of the power.
In your diesel.
Well, however,
not that one.
I think this might have been a genuine M by the way it sounded when he left.
Yeah, it's really difficult because so many people, like you say, you can get an M Sport Pack, you can get M badges on eBay.
Yes, you can, and many people do.
Yes.
But this badge was the correct size. It was in the correct place. It looked factory.
Okay, so it's potentially a real one.
Potentially real. It had the big wheels. It had the big twin exhaust. It sounded right, although I know you can achieve that sound with exhaust valves and things like that.
Just your flaps. Yep.
But I would say this was probably a genuine one.
Okay. I mean, sorry, did you say color of it?
I didn't. It was black.
Okay.
With black alloys.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
That's another one on our angry list.
Yes, we don't approve of that. No.
So it's just, I mean, like you say, you could probably have guessed what the occupant does for a living. Yep, that's, oh dear.
Now, the one who's coming tomorrow is actually the local branch manager.
Oh, so what do you reckon?
I'm gonna say Audi.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now that could be just because we've had the other two German manufacturers already represented. I don't know.
So you say, what did you say? Regional manager?
No, he's the branch manager of the local office. Yes.
Sorry, branch manager. You did say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Branch manager.
There's going to be a hierarchy there, isn't there? Because this one tomorrow is not, although they have a local office, it's actually a national estate agency. So,
interesting. So if
there will be a hierarchy, there will be a pay hierarchy there.
Yeah, because I think if it were a local company and you're getting someone quite high up around here, I wouldn't be shocked if they rocked up in a Range Rover.
No, I agree. I would, if it was just a local business, I would say Range Rover. But he is a local manager in a national company. So I'm saying it's not going to be a Range Rover.
I reckon you really stand the chance of having something sign written.
Yes, that's a possibility, isn't it? Yes, that's a possibility. It could be like the Mercedes might have been. It could be a pool car, in which case it won't tell us anything.
Be interesting. It'd be important to be update on this.
However, the appointment is the very end of the day. Chances are he'll be going home from here, in which case he might not be in a pool car on a Friday.
No, he might be in his own
his own car going home for the weekend. Yes. So we might luck out actually and get a little glimpse of the real one. We'll see. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know that.
We've put far too much thought into this already.
Well, the that first little scrote that turned up here, he had a 13-plate Audi A5 with very non-standard alloys that were enormous. Right. Too big.
I'm going to say he wasn't senior in the organisation.
No, he was
Not
not.
on a 13 plate.
Not on a 13 plate. And these wheels were. I mean, I saw it across the road, and I was like, "Well, they're curbed."
Yeah, they've had
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
They've
dear.
been done.
Oh dear.
Awful. Yeah.
Okay.
And despite what they claimed, I went, "Oh no, he's our senior guy." I went, "If that's your senior guy, then I'd shut your shop. I'd shut up shop now."
All done. Yes. All done. Oh dear.
Yes, because I had various dealings with the company, and after he came out and did the initial thing, I just went, "If they want our business, I never ever want to interact with him ever again."
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
There was one of the ladies there was superb,
Mm.
and I said, "Look, if you want to schmooze and you want the money, I will deal with this lady." And they went,
Not in a creepy way.
No, not at all. She was exceptional at her job.
Yeah.
And I would recommend her any day of the week. But they were like, "Oh no, it really should be this guy." I was like, "Yeah, but he is incompetent."
Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it?
And smarmy. I was like,
Ugh.
"He's so greasy you could fry an egg on him."
Fortunately, neither of the two have been like that we've seen so far.
There was another one as well that we dealt with who he was less smarmy but just as useless.
Yeah.
And he had in my he never described it, but in my head, because of the way that they come across, he would have named it, rather than the correct terminology or the pronunciation of words, he would have probably called it BMW 318 Coupe.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a oh god, what do they call the different E numbers for between saloons and coupes, weren't they? I think it was E90 or E92. I can never remember which ones are the coupe ones.
Okay, let me have a look.
Yeah, and it was very low down the pecking order engine wise.
Oh, one of those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're quite dull, aren't they?
Yeah, dreadful.
Yeah, not good at all. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't do well there, I don't think.
No. And what was interesting as well, everyone took photographs, and you come back and going, having conversations with both companies again. Have these people ever used cameras before? Well, what do you mean? It's like, well, I mean, there is a thing called focus.
Oh no,
that's very important in photography. I'm not a photographer, but some clarity to the image does help.
Take a decent picture. Well, of course, now they all want to use drones.
Oh god,
they want to fly around and around the house so people can get a feel for it.
What's always nice is if people do that, it's worth asking them and going, I assume you have renewed your annual commercial license to do this.
Funnily enough, one had, one hadn't. I did ask that very question.
Yes.
All the licensing for all these is really good, isn't it? You what, mate?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that. Yes. You can't just fly these things, you know.
Nope.
Yes, you can buy them on Amazon. That doesn't mean you can use it.
No.
We are very close to a primary school, so you want to be really careful at lunchtime.
Oh God, yeah. If you're seen with drone footage of a primary school,
you're done, aren't you? Really? Then?
Yeah, that's all done. That is
all done.
That's that estate agent closed down, isn't it?
It was a nice business for a while. Yes.
Oh dear. Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
It is. Yes. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. As I say, I'm going to call it early and say Audi, but I could be wrong. We'll see.
I think it's a fair shout. I'm going to go with sign written Nissan Qashqai. No, actually, because they want to be a bit funky, Duke. not cash.
Oh yeah, not the Qashqai. No, you're right. The Duke. Yeah, a little bit offbeat there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll think outside the box. No,
Yeah.
you're still a prick. Yeah.
There's a very blue sky there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of that.
All of that sort of nonsense. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
These are not our sort of people.
No. Oh, it's bad, isn't it? I know that it's just. I know we shouldn't slag off an entire profession, but I'm sorry, but the limited contact I've had with it, and it's just idiots.
I think is the general perception.
It's just peppered with really nice, competent people, but we're presented with the ones who can't do it properly.
Yeah, it's very rare you get one that is decent. To be fair, I think the one today, the Mercedes, is decent, and I've had contact with him before, and he's always done a good job. So I think he'd be okay. But the other two.
When we were looking at other places to buy, obviously you have a look online, you read all about it in the advert that's done, and they say, "Would you like any extra information?" And they give you a bit of paper that's stapled together, and you flick through it. Lovely. And then you're shown round and you ask questions, and they're thumbing through the same bits of paper you've got, going, "Oh dear."
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, like, come on.
Yeah. I got mistaken for an estate agent once.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was a terrible moment.
What? How did that happen?
I was selling a property. This was a long time ago. I was selling a property, and the agent wasn't able to do the viewing at the time that the potential buyer wanted. So he said, "Would you mind just showing them around? I'll deal with all the particulars, and the you don't need to get into numbers or anything. But would you mind showing them around?" Well, in those days, I wore suit and tie for work, because you did then.
Back when tech people had to dress up.
Exactly. And it's true. It's true.
I know we used to, but no.
Yeah.
It's wonderful now. I much prefer it.
This was a long time. Yeah, absolutely. And they thought and they started to ask me. I said, no. You need to talk to the agent. I am the owner, not the salesman.
For goodness sake. Oh dear.
But the house was already empty by that point. So there was nothing, it's not like they were coming around to see me at home. I'd already moved out. The property was empty. So there was no way of knowing that.
Oh, no frame of reference for that.
Well, he told them, but they obviously hadn't registered that I wasn't an agent. I was actually the owner of the property.
Oh dear.
And they thought I was an estate agent, which was a horrible moment. Do I look like an estate agent? Look, my tie's done up properly and everything.
Yes, I've tied the knot in the correct size.
Yes. Yes, I pulled it after I did the knot up. Look, it all fits under the collar and everything.
Oh, and his shoes, but they were so pointy.
Oh, that's a sure sign.
Yeah,
yes, that's a sure sign.
It's like, if you look at his shoes, you go, well, they stick out quite far. That's at least half the length of your body sticking out in a horizontal direction from your feet there. What is that?
You've damaged the carpet going up the stairs with those.
Oh, dear.
Picking bits of fluff out of the corner with those. Look at that.
Bad. Yeah. Oh, dear. Well, we've slagged off every estate agent. No, that's good.
Yeah, sorry about that. If there's any that are listening, I'm sure you're all lovely.
No, I heaped praise on the ones that the people I liked. There was really good people at their job, but just for some reason we were kept away from them.
Yeah, that is quite often the case, sadly.
Weird,
yeah.
Really weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would we like to tackle a topic that is very close to one that we had a good old whinge about the other day? The new Mini was spotted. That leaked. Oh, yes.
Leaked, but we suspect it might have been a deliberate leak.
Yeah, leaked in really high-quality photographs of the car at many angles while stationary.
That's right. Yeah, not things that you do for releasing to the press at all. No, nothing like that.
No. There was another supposed leak, wasn't there?
I might miss this. I'm not sure.
Oh, no. From Mini again. New Countryman.
Oh, God. We're going to be really interested in this.
Did you? I can't remember if you saw it or not. Would you like me to festoon you?
If you would, I've missed this. Yeah.
Okay, Mini.
It's been quite a busy week.
Hang on. Just trying to remember where I saw it. Oh, yeah, there it is. I found it. It's winging its way to you as we speak.
Well, you say that, but you know what my internet's like.
It's all right. It's not a photo. It's just a link. So I think the text should come fairly quickly.
It has arrived. Oh, no. Yes, Matt did actually post this, didn't he, last weekend?
This did come up.
It did. Yeah. I had completely forgotten because that was a week ago.
But it does need talking about.
Yes. Well, it certainly doesn't need buying. So, yes, let's talk about it.
And I don't intend to dwell on it. All I intend to do is lump it into the same category that we lumped the new Mini into of it's hideous, stop it.
Yeah, what are they doing? What are they doing? That's really bad, isn't it?
It's awful. They're determined to bin it off, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are.
Determined to absolutely ruin it.
What is the last Mini that we find acceptable? I wonder if it's the same one.
Hang on, let me get the right code number. I think I know what it is.
I think I do.
But I am just going to verify using our internet.
An internet.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. The last one that I find acceptable is the R53.
Oh, okay. I was going to say R56, but
just some of the softened styling on the 56. I don't approve of it as much.
It's starting to go wrong on the 56. Mm-hmm. I agree. I do find it just about acceptable. Certainly beyond that point, you forget it. Not interested.
No, I'm afraid
the 53, which is the one that I had.
Yep.
I think was. I'm just saying this because I had one. I think it's the best of the bunch.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the body kit was just a little bit better than the original, just a little bit more refined, just a little bit more shape to it. I think the chrome on the back was a little bit thinner, a bit more of a pinstripe than the big chunky. And I just think the positioning of the lights and things, it was just a little bit, it's tiny, but just a little bit better. The 56, it was starting to go wrong, but it's just about acceptable for me. Beyond that, no, not interested. And they have got steadily worse. And I think, as we've just said, we're at a point where they are about to destroy it.
But
because that Countryman is horrific.
I just worry that it'll still sell.
Well, I mean, the Countryman does, doesn't it? They should never have made any of them, but it does sell in huge numbers.
Weird.
And there'll be an electric one. And
I think these new ones are electric.
Oh, is this pure electric? Right, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the case.
Just looking at the... but yeah, same tech as the BMW X1.
Same sort of level of munting as well as that.
Oh, it's horrible. Is it... Yes, it is. It is electric, yes.
Okay.
It is electric. It has a 64.7 kilowatt hour battery, which is from the iX. 280 miles range, 308 brake horse. Yeah, it's all just kind of there, really.
But
see, again, it's not really good enough mileage in a car anymore.
No,
there's lots of other cars on the market of that size that have miles more range than that.
Yeah, you'd accept it in the hatch because it's smaller, but I wouldn't accept it in something as unfortunate as the Countryman.
Well, a hatch has only got 130 miles range.
Yeah,
which again isn't really good enough anymore.
it isn't.
I know we've talked about this before.
It's while the styling of the older minis is better, I still would accept an electric mini, and I don't really give a toss that it's short range because it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, no, that's fair dues. That's fair dues. Oh God, they're going to do a John Cooper version of it.
Right, close that tab.
I don't want to read about that anymore.
No, close that tab.
Go away.
We're going to derail us and just turn into a massive whinge.
Shall we talk about another British manufacturer that's going sideways?
Yeah. Go on then. Well, it's probably got. It was presented badly, actually, wasn't it?
There's kind of two halves to this, but yes, the JLR story of the week. Yes, it was presented badly by both them and the press. A lot of people got very upset very quickly.
That's it. They read a headline, got their fist of rage out, and forgot to actually apply logical thought.
It's not actually what it first appeared to be.
Yeah.
We're talking, of course, about the announcement that JLR apparently were going to drop the Land Rover name completely. That's how the press presented it. Very sensationalist, very very divisive. Yeah, that's the word. That's not actually what they said.
Yes, you are correct. That is not what they said. However, that is what everyone wrote, printed, published.
Yeah, sadly. Yes, it was reported that they were dropping the Land Rover name completely and that they were going to call their models Range Rover, Defender, Discovery, and Jaguar. And that they were going to, what was the phrase they used? A house of brands. Now, there is some truth to that. But I think, as Richard Porter put it on Twitter, they're acknowledging that nobody says, I drive a Land Rover Range Rover. They just say, I drive a Range Rover.
Yeah. And your dealership's still going to have the badge on the wall, and the back of your car is still going to have a Land Rover badge on it.
Yes. It's slightly puzzling why because they haven't said anything particularly new. Because there's also been an announcement about Jaguar this week, but it's really just reaffirming everything last year.
Yeah, that's going. No, honestly, it's okay. Yeah, okay. Right.
We got a plan. Yeah, we haven't appointed. Well, they have appointed a new CEO. It's the guy who's been doing it in the interim, the previous CFO.
Right. Yeah, but it's just, it feels like a press release for the sake of it.
Yes, almost. I think that's exactly what it is, to remind people that they're still there and they've got this plan. And but the plan is also a bit, is still worrying that they're going to be this exclusive, £100,000 plus manufacturer, at least in terms of Jaguar.
Yeah. I mean, because this isn't specifically Jaguar, and you go, well, does this need a press release? Because I mean, there's still a lot of Range Rovers out there. There's still a lot of the new Defenders out there. That it's selling. I mean, people are buying. I don't know if they need to be reminded of going, oh, you don't use the Land Rover name that much when you refer to us, so we'll acknowledge that.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure quite why they felt to say anything. And reaffirmed all the changes they're going to make to Jaguar, but there was nothing new there. The only new thing actually for Jaguar this week is that they are going to close a load of their dealerships. I don't know if you saw that. They've said they're going to. That. They are closing 63 Jaguar dealerships in the UK. That's all but 20.
If you'd have said to me how many are there in the UK, I would have never even guessed a number as high as 63.
83 at the moment.
Well,
63 of them are going. But there's a lot of dealer groups have been changing hands of late, and I wonder if it's just a function of that. Certainly down here in the southwest, the Helston group of garages has been bought out by Virtue, and they had Jaguar dealerships.
They had some Volvo ones. I got an email about that,
and BMW. Yeah.
I wonder, have they released a list of these dealerships yet?
Not that I've seen.
Hmm.
So I would imagine
Mind
they
you,
want to speak to the dealerships themselves first.
it doesn't really affect us. We don't have a local dealer.
We don't have a local dealer, and we'd be very unlikely to buy a brand new Land Rover or Jaguar anyway. So.
No, that's it. Well, I think I would assume Exeter's our closest.
Yes, it is. Yeah, for Jaguar. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Taunton as well, which is where I lost Jaguar. But
okay.
Yeah, it's debatable which one of those is closer. But yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, when I used to live in Swindon, they had one. I assume they still do.
Don't know, but they're closing 63 Jaguar dealerships.
So when they say specifically Jaguar, I'm not in this market. That's the problem. I've got, well, do they share dealerships, as in Land Rover and Jaguar?
I think some do, but some don't.
Okay.
Certainly down in Exeter, it has always been Jaguar and Aston Martin, and Land Rover was elsewhere. I mean, we here in this area have a Land Rover dealership. We don't have a Jaguar dealership, so they're not together. In Taunton, where I bought my XF, it was Jaguar only. There was no Land Rover there. So yes and no. I think some sites are combined, some sites aren't.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
yes.
It feels like another just worrying.
Yeah.
I'm not so much for Land Rover. I don't really see that going anywhere.
Well, that's kind of a bit nothing. I don't know quite why they announced. They're just acknowledging that the Land Rover brand is, I wouldn't say weaker than the individual model name brands. It's just that people tend to use. I mean, some people, you do say, I drive a Land Rover Defender.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or a Land Rover Discovery. You don't say, I drive a Land Rover Range Rover. You just say, well,
no.
So,
no, you don't. That's not a thing.
So it's a bit of a mixed message, but it's kind of not. Why did that need a press release? I mean, it's kind of nothing. You've just upset a load of people for nothing.
But all right, but it's got us all talking about it.
It's got the name in the press. It's the Tesla Cybertruck effect, isn't it? It's like do a weird press thing where actually it appears as if you haven't come off very well, but everybody's talking about it. So is that a failure? I don't know that it is. So
it's free.
Is it just a load of free advertising?
Yeah, it is, because for very limited press release, the coverage is enormous because it's plastered over.
But it doesn't
internet sites, magazines, podcasts. It's everywhere.
Even we're doing it.
And here we are, we're at the cutting edge as ever, a week behind everyone else.
But we do keep an eye on what Jaguar particularly are up to.
I think it's quite relevant for us. But
I mean, they've just reaffirmed in the press release about Jaguar last year that there was nothing new there. Yes, new electric platform that's coming, and we're going to be, exclusive, top of the range, £100,000 upwards. And by the way, we're closing 2/3 of our dealerships in preparation for that. But nothing new there, I'm afraid. And still all a bit kind of woolly.
We shall see. But like we said, as we said before, if there's anything that we find out. I mean, I've heard murmurings that they've said that there is a new car in the works. Someone said 4-seat GT,
right?
Will possibly be the next offering.
So like an XK.
I can't remember. Well, that's the thing. I'm worried if I can't remember whether it's 4-seat or 4-door.
Okay. So okay.
But the way it read, it was specifically not SUV.
That's good.
I'll take that.
Well, of course, we know that they did have an electric XJ ready to go. Although admittedly not based on this new platform that they're apparently developing.
Yeah. This
Um,
this sounded new from the sort of murmurings that I'd
but
heard.
they need something now. This is that they're selling so.
Yeah,
They really need something now. They can't wait any longer. I don't think. How are they
no.
going to survive? I mean, they're being propped up by sales of Range Rover, I suppose, is how they're going to survive.
No, they need to crack on with it. I didn't read any sort of dates when this could be expected or anything like that.
No.
So, tricky one.
But those sales figures that I found when we talked about this
Oh God, yeah,
last year,
awful.
abysmal, absolutely atrocious.
Mm.
You cannot survive with sales figures like that.
No.
For very long. So they must be being propped up by Range Rover. They must
be. Yeah, I would have thought that between the sale of the new Range Rover and all of the new variants of the Defender, it's probably papering over enough Jaguar cracks for the short term.
Yeah. Well, they're not selling any XEs. They're not selling any. Done away with the XJ. F-Type was never mass market anyway.
No, that's it, because we got, no XE, no XF, no X, like say no F-Type stuff. Well, what about, oh my God, I'm so tired at the moment. Did you say I-Pace?
I didn't say I-Pace.
No.
I mean, I don't think that does particularly big business, no.
No, I don't think it does either.
Because they said they were going to discontinue it, but they've now brought out a facelift version.
Yes, they have, yeah.
So you're not discontinuing it then. At least you can't afford to.
No, you're kind of milking that one. Again, I think it must be short term.
Yeah, I think, F-Pace and E-Pace, I don't know if they do any significant business. F-Pace probably does.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're in the market for an SUV of that size, why wouldn't you have a Range Rover? I don't. That can actually do proper off-road things.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the Range Rover equips itself because it is a proper off-roader.
Not that it goes off-road.
Most don't, but it's not just a toy. It can actually do the things that an off-roader can. It's proper, at least. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they felt the need to put out a press release this week at all, or last week, other than to just get a load of free mentions of their brand in the press.
Yep, that's about it.
It's disappointing.
It's just, it's more than that. It's worrying. We've said it before. It is a worry.
It is a genuine worry because we're big lovers of Jaguar. I'm probably going to buy another one later this year.
Not from their current range.
No. I'm buying from the past.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably best.
I think so.
Yeah, just do that. Have we got anything that we can finish on that's cheerier?
I
don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Actually, I tell you what, I got a throwaway bit of news that it's a better end point. Certainly for me, anyway. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Oh, fantastic!
Which is wonderful. I've never been, and
no,
I do worry that people have said who do go, that said it's an absolute zoo these days. It's probably too many tickets sold.
Really? That's a shame.
Yeah, I said it's a bit much. However, there's an interesting one. There's that they always mark some big event. There's always that big sculpture out the front of the main building, and there's always a theme or an event or something like that. And this year is one that's very interesting for me. They will be honouring the 75th anniversary of Porsche.
I did see this. That's wonderful. Yes.
So there's going to be Oh, there's just going to be pornography, isn't there?
Yes, there's going to be one of everything, isn't there?
Yes, and I'll have one of everything.
You
That'll
would,
do me.
wouldn't you? Yes,
Yeah.
you would. Yes. Yes, most of your lottery win is being spent with Porsche.
Yeah.
They will do well out of you.
Yeah. They can. Yeah, if I have a Euro Millions, then yep, they could probably have it all, really.
But yeah, maybe pay off your mortgage.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be the go-to, wouldn't you?
But maybe not. Maybe not.
Depends who in the household you ask.
Yes, or who in the household tell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's.
You can rent a barn for your Porsches. See them on the. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's. But yeah, I'm very interested in that, and I'm just. It's annoying because I've once had the misfortune of being caught in the traffic relating to the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
But not actually in it.
No, I wasn't in it for a good reason. I could. It's not an area of the country I visit very often, and got caught in the traffic because I was heading to a wedding. I went, "Oh, for the love of God!"
That's disappointing. That.
Yes. I was cross about that.
Yes. Maybe we should make the effort and go one year.
See, part of me would rather go to the revival.
Oh, that's a good shout, actually. Yeah, that's a good shout. There's more there for us.
Yeah.
If we're going to make the effort of going to something like that, the revival is more appropriate. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's levels of pornography there that are right up our street.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so I think that would be my primary focus if we were heading to Goodwood. Yeah,
yes, that's a good shout. Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, revival, definitely. Because then we can put on some nice threads as well.
Yeah. We've touched on this particular issue before.
We have.
Of going, well, while we do all own quite nice clothes, we can't actually get into them.
No.
So
right. We'll pop you in a bit of tweed. You'll be all right.
Yeah, but I still have to buy it.
Yes, true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And wear it without the risk of hurting anybody.
Oh God, yeah.
Flying buttons and things. You can have an eye out with that.
Yeah, there was a wedding last October where there was a real danger of that happening.
I remember.
Yeah, being shoehorned into the most feasible suit. Which
put
wasn't
the waistcoat
overly
back on the hanger.
Waistcoat was not an option.
Not an option.
No, it was not a 3-piece suit. It was just the 2 pieces, and I'm just going to go casual and not button up the jacket.
Yeah, just let it. Yes, because you can't.
No.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, yeah. So that's well. What do you expect?
I know. Yeah, I'm in no position to judge. That's just fine.
No. So there you go. That's ended it on a more cheery note. We go, right, we're going to go to Goodwood at some point. We're going to dress up, but we don't have any clothes.
Yeah.
We're all fat bastards.
It's going to be an interesting look.
And I mean, we can still blame lockdown to a point, but I think pre-lockdown, I'm still not easily fitting in many suits in the cupboard.
No, it's not lockdown. It's just laziness, isn't it? We've just become, those people we said we'd never become. I'm afraid.
Yeah, as simple as that.
But we'll have good fun at the event. Let's leave it there.
That's it. It's like my dad. Whenever there's a social event which requires him to dress up, it means he has to buy another suit. That's
true.
I always laughed at it, but now it's me.
No, it's the reality.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Oh dear.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.